So you want to be more productive. So before I get into the video, check out the Overemployed Masterclass linked in the description and the pinned comment below. We teach you how to become and how to stay overemployed. Also join the Discord if you haven't already. There's a free one and a paid version. Join either or, and also join the free newsletter to get exclusive Overemployed content. Okay, so how do you become more productive? So I'll kind of base this video off of a thread on Twitter that I saw by Alex Ramosi. It's a bit older, but it's a great thread. I'll link it in the description below. Check it out. And these principles are some that I've already had in my life for a while. And when I saw this, it just really clicked even more. And I try to implement as many of these principles as I can in my daily life. So at the end of the day, a lot of the bullshit that you hear about productivity and optimizations and self-help books or people talking about making blog posts, making vlogs, videos on, they talk about things that you can add to your life to make you more productive, to optimize your work life. Things like saunas, cold plunges, cold showers, journaling in the morning, all that stuff, right? And sure, some of these things can have impacts on how you treat life and how you view work. At the end of the day, though, none of this will really help you, right? Like you're just adding stuff to your life to do. But at the end of the day, what you need is to do more work, right? Working is what will make you more money and what will make you more productive. So if you actually want to follow a set of principles that can actually help you make more money and be more productive, there's a few, okay? There aren't that many things you need to worry about. Like the number one thing is basically just prioritizing as a concrete time per day that you use to make money, to work, whatever, right? It doesn't mean concrete time as in like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., whatever, just a block of time, right? So at least like 3-4 hours a day, for example. Like you need to work. People don't realize this, but you don't need to just every single day, but you need to work and you need to have those seasons of big bursts of work, right? You need to get stuff done. And the other really important thing is you need to get rid of stuff that's not making you any money or that's not furthering you in your journey, right? So things like cooking, cleaning, going to shows or whatever, like obviously you still have enjoyment in your life, but small things like that you don't need to do, laundry, if you can outsource any of that thing, any errand basically, that's going to give you so much more time. Like people don't realize it. Let's say if you cook, to go to do grocery shopping, that'll take 2 to 3 hours of your time to go to the store, drive to the store, pick everything out, come back from the store, put it all in your fridge, plan out meals for the week, and then every day you'll have to cook for at least an hour or two, right? And also that doesn't even include cleanup, dishes, preparation, putting stuff away. That's almost like a whole day out of the week gone just for cooking, right? And there's a lot of things like cleaning as well that are similar to that essence, right? You're purposefully basically distracting yourself. You don't need to be doing that. Obviously, some people can't afford to eat out every day, but there are cheap alternatives. You can do this cheaply. You don't need to do this cooking, this cleaning, all these errands. Another thing is you need to treat weekdays and weekends the same. So every day you should think of it as a work day, right? And then you basically add every week 2 more days. It's very simple math. Every day you work, wow, you just get an extra 2 days that normal people usually don't because they think of the weekends as, oh, I'm going to go drinking with my buddies and that's all I need to do this Saturday, right? Another really important thing is being in a group of people, whether it's your partner, your spouse, your best friends, your family, people that don't make you feel guilty about working. This is very common. People will try to guilt trip you into doing activities or not working as much because they think maybe they'll be like, oh, you're too obsessed, or, oh, you don't have fun enough, or things like that, right? They say things like that. At the end of the day, you know that's not really important to you, but at the same time, it'll make your journey harder because when people are guilt tripping you, it'll reduce the chance that you adhere to your own principles of work. The people you spend time around with, people always say this, and it sounds cheesy, but it's completely true. The people you spend the most time with are the people that are most similar to you. And if they're not that similar to you, if you keep spending time around them, eventually you'll become similar to them, right? And then you guys will mold each other to fit each other's personality. So how do you expect to be very productive and work hard if all the people around you waste time, don't work as hard, guilt trip you? It's just not going to work out, right? So you have to basically eliminate these people from your life. And that doesn't mean you have to cut people out 100%, but maybe you'll only hang out with them once every 2 weeks. Maybe you'll only hang out with them once every couple months, right? At the end of the day, that's what you need to implement if you want to be more productive. Another thing is being just head down, right? Like getting a place where you have minimal distractions. If you're working in a place where people are completely distracting you, talking about random stuff, jumping in your room, being like, hey, did you watch this? Did you do that? Or your phone's going off every 2 seconds. Like you need to kind of tune that stuff out, right? I don't want to be too hardcore about this because at the end of the day, you'll naturally learn to tune this stuff out. Even if you get notifications on your phone, for example, you won't care. But some people have a lot of distractions around them that they need to eliminate, and that'll really make them more productive. Another big thing is basically don't do the easy tasks, the small things before you get the big stuff done, right? So focus on the big problems that you know are going to need most of your attention and focus at the beginning of your workday, because that's when you have the most energy, right? So when you have the most energy, put that energy to use on the things that are the most important or prioritize for that day or for that week, right? The small things, you could always do. Like you sit on the toilet, you're taking a shit, whatever, you're checking emails. You can do that anywhere, right? It's not a big deal. But when you're full of energy in the morning, you need to break down the most complex tasks and work on them at that point when you just start working. And another thing that Alex kind of points out in this thread, in which you've probably noticed by now, is a lot of these productivity hacks, or whatever you want to call them, they're not really hacks, there's principles. They're not about adding things to your life. They're not about doing something additional. It's mostly just eliminating things you're doing or things you don't need to be doing, whatever, right? So do these things and you'll find that you have a lot more productive time spent on work, right? To use your time as optimally as possible, you basically have to stop doing stuff that doesn't matter. And that's really how you're going to achieve your optimal productivity. So if you guys agree with this video, and if you guys have any other productivity ideas or tips, and again, I don't like using that word tips or hacks because it makes it sound like it's just, you can implement this and you'll become 10 times more productive. But no, it's part of your character, your mindset, and the way you treat work overall, which kind of determines your productivity. But if you guys have any of these ideas, put a comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. And also remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And again, check out the OverEmployed Masterclass if you want to learn how to become and how to stay overemployed.